Same vasatu jivhayam Veena pustaka dharini Murari Vallabha Devi Sarva Shukla Saraswati Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mannatha Sri Jagannatha Matguru Sri Jagadguru Madatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I bow to God. I bow to all the divine incarnations. I bow to all the masters, gurus of all times and all places. I bow to my beloved Gurudev. I bow to all of you and the entire creation. Good evening to all of you. It is by the grace of God and Sri Gurudev, we all have assembled here to commemorate the 50th year of Sri Gurudev's coming to the Americas, including Canada. Sri Gurudev was born in India, in Bengal, in the year 1907. By profession, a textile engineer, he followed the path of spirituality, trained by his father. Then, in course of time, quite a few spiritual masters. He came to Puri, the land of Lord Jagannath, in the year 1938 and continued his sincere spiritual practice. He was the direct disciple of Sri Yukteswarji, Paramahansa Yoganandji, Sri Bhupendranath Sanyal, another direct disciple of Lahiri Mahasaya, and Swami Satyanandji. This evening, our topic, which is given to me, practical spirituality in everyday life. The question is, what is spirituality? And what is practical spirituality? If we do the anatomy of the word, spirituality, it is coming from the original word, spirit. What is spirit? Then I take you back to the origin of the word. It comes from the Latin word spiritus. Spiritus has quite a few meanings, and the simplest meaning, which everybody knows, it is alcohol. And nowadays, in practical life, everyday life, if we think of the world, oh God, no need to say. God created grapes. And grapes are healthy. We became too lazy to eat one grape, two grapes, three grapes. We made grape juice. It is all right. But then what we made, I don't want to explain. The word spiritus in Latin has quite a few meanings. One meaning is mind, another meaning is the soul, third meaning is the strength. The man is full of spirit, strength. Another meaning is God, also ghost, and the simplest meaning is breath. From all these meanings of spiritus, I will take the word mind, breath, and God to our topic on spirituality. We all are children of God. God created this beautiful earth. God created everything, and we, the humans, if we read the Upanishad, it is said in Taittiriya Upanishad, Yatkincha tatsrustva tat eva anupravishat. Having created everything, he entered into the creation. Meaning, having created you, me, and all, he is remaining in all of us. Ishopanishad, Isavasyam idam sarvam. It is not only in human, God abides everywhere and in everything. If we read the Torah, Old Testament Genesis, God created human beings in his image. He breathed into the nostrils the breath of life. In the Upanishad, it is said, Deha Debalaya Prakta, the body is the temple of God. In the Bible, it is said, don't you know that your body is the temple of God? Last few days, because of Easter, as my childhood training and upbringing, spending time with Gurudev and his teachings, normally I read the Holy Bible. So, when Jesus said, destroy this temple, I will raise it up in 3 days, people misunderstood. They thought he's talking of Temple of Jerusalem. They asked, this temple is built in many years. How can you make it in 3 days? He said, I'm not talking of that temple. I'm talking of body temple. We all are human beings. God's presence in each one of us. Second, God is in us, and because of God, breath is going in and coming out. If there will be no presence of the soul in the body, no breath. We all are breathing day and night. How? Simple meaning will be, we have nose, we have lungs. So then they will tell the brain is regulating the lung and nose and we are breathing. But how can the doctors find out what is the chemical reaction which continues the breath to flow in and out? And we can, till now, doctors might use ventilator. No. The yogis, they found that because of the soul we breathe, and because of the breath we are alive. If there is no breath, there is no life. How long the breath will be going in and coming out in each one of us, there is no guarantee. Now, let us come to the third meaning of the spirit, the mind. Each one of us, with the humans, why humans? The entire living creation has mind. The plants have mind. The plants have the art of communicating. The plants. Animals we know. The dog recognizes us. Dog responds to us. We all have mind. And we, the human beings, we have a very developed mind. We can not only think of ourselves, we can think of others, not only of human beings, but also of plants, animals, nature. If there is calamity anywhere, we feel sad and we want to do something. This beautiful creation of God, what happened to this creation? I remember one Hindi song, दुनिया बनाने वाले क्या तेरे मन में समाई तूने काहे को दुनिया बनाई. What was in your mind? Why did you create? Then I remember another Hindi song, चांद न बदला सूरज न बदला ना बदला रे आसमान कितना बदल गया इंसान. The same moon, the same sun in the sky, the same earth we live on. But what is happening? Just to think, God created this beautiful creation to live in peace, joy, happiness, oneness, unity, amity. The Vedic rishis declared, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Swadesa Bhuvanatrayam. Whole earth is one family. Not only one family, this earth, three worlds, Bhuvanatrayam. It is Kutumba, one family. But why can't we love each other? Since last few weeks, I've been working on a book. The thought of the book came in, this thought, not a book, the thought came exactly during this month of April 2023. The thought is why we are not able to forgive others, why there is so much of unforgiveness. Why? So, since last few weeks I'm writing, you cannot imagine what is happening in me. And writing on cost of unforgiveness, value of forgiveness, and then the Easter time, life of Jesus. What happened? What happened to us? Why can't we love each other? Spirituality teaches us to live with a higher meaning and purpose of life, not just to live ahara nidra bhayamaithunam cha, hunger, sleep, fear, procreation, pleasure. Is this the life? If this is the life, a dog or a cat, they live this life. Ahara, food, sleep, fear, procreation, pleasure, they live. What is the specialty in us? We, the human beings, we have the potentiality, ability to think for a greater meaning and purpose of life, and that is what spirituality is. Is there anybody who doesn't want to be happy? Anybody who will tell that I don't want to be healthy? Anybody is here who will tell I don't want to be person of knowledge? Anybody who will tell I don't want love from anybody? Anybody who wants to keep the face always gloomy or frowning or full of rage and anger? No. If we want happiness, if we want peace, if we want love, if we want health, if we want joyfulness, if we want cheerfulness in our... Who stops you? What is the problem? Here is the answer. I will tell you a little bit more. If you read the Genesis, it is said, in the beginning, all spoke one language. Then it is said in Genesis, people built the houses of bricks, not of stones. Then it is said that there was misunderstanding, confusion, which brought many languages. What is that one language everybody spoke? It is a language, it is not Hindi, Sanskrit, English, Persian, Arabic, or Latin, or French. Everybody spoke from heart. Which language the baby speaks? In which language the mother communicates with the baby? I remember an incident when a mother complained near the doctor that my baby has problem in eyes, a tribal mother. It was in Odisha. The doctor asked, how did you know? The mother said, I am a mother, a tribal mother. She's telling, I am a mother, I know it. The baby doesn't know how to read and write. Mother knows. The baby has some problem in eyes. So, God has given heart to us. You know, somebody said, what is heart? In English, you write H-E-A-R-T. So, in the middle, there is the first word is ear. H-E-A-R-T. You remove H, remove T, remains ear. God has given us ears to hear. So from ear became hear. From ear became hear. By hearing, if we cannot have tear, tear means love, then we don't have heart. Am I clear to you? God has given us ear to hear. By hearing, if we do not have love, if we do not have tear, we don't have heart. I remember that when Paramahansa Yoganandaji came to North America, he started living in California. He had friendship with a scientist. His name is Luther Burbank. And Luther Burbank was a scientist with distinction. What was the distinction? He changed the nature of plants by communicating, by loving them. Cactus, no thorn. Rose, thornless. Potato, unusually big size potato, not that genetically modified. How could cactus change its nature? Thorny cactus. Speaking with love, can the cactus listen to you? He proved it. Spirituality is a life of love and consciousness. It is the practical art of living breath to breath. You will ask, is it possible to be conscious breath to breath all the time? The answer is yes. It is possible. It needs little practice. Spirituality is the art of living in higher consciousness from breath to breath, feeling one's connectivity among each other. It is a spiral way of evolution where one feels connection, oneness with not only with the humans, but also with all the living beings, including plants, animals, everywhere. It is all me, nothing different from me. All I am. In spirituality, they speak that very simple example they give. The common element in each one of us. What is the common element? They say it is I am. Suppose if I ask you, who are you? Or everybody will answer, I am. I am this. Even the tiger will tell, I am. The snake will tell, I am. The mosquito will tell, I am. The common in all of us is I am. So that I is the soul, I is pure consciousness, I is love, and am is existence, living presence. I am. I am the living presence of divinity. I am pure consciousness. I am love. I am one with all. There was a monk from India, who came to West. He was born in Lahore. He became a professor. When he was young professor, Swami Vivekananda visited Lahore after returning from West. Listening to his talk, this young professor, who was also married, he got so much motivated. Sometimes later, he renounced family, lived in the Himalayas, reached in Japan. From Japan, somebody bought a ticket for him to come to USA. So he was coming from Japan to West Coast, exactly I don't know where, and he doesn't know where he's going, but he was enjoying the ocean, standing alone. One American man, young man, came to him, asked him, where are you going to? He said, to America. Do you have any friend or relative? He smiled, he said, no. No friend? He said, I can say one friend. He said, who? It is you. Just telling that, can you imagine? The same person took him took him to his home, became his follower. In one talk like this, usually he used to address myself in the form of ladies and gentlemen. Again, I am repeating, myself in the form of you all. Meaning, the one which is in me, the same one is you. One who is speaking through this mouth is listening through these ears. One who is looking through these eyes is looking through all the eyes. It's oneness. We are not two. Unfortunately, this beautiful creation of God, God gave us freedom with the human beings. This freedom is not given to animals. We, the human beings, we have been given with free will, free choice. We misused our freedom. And because of this misuse, all these troubles within, there is battle going on within me, trouble in between two, in the family, in the society, among the countries on this earth. And if we think this trouble, if we just make it more trouble, I will tell you, we speak of religion. The word religion in English, it's again coming from the Latin word religare. Religare means reunion. Legion, reunion. We were united with the divine. We forgot. Now we want to be united. If the religion speaks of reunion, the religion divided the world. In how many divisions? Oh God. Even in one religion, there are different branches. They don't like each other. Is it not sad? The purpose for which we tell that we are to be united. But are we united? No. This division of gender, yes, God created man and woman, but gender crisis, division in color of the skin, division because of the language, division because of religion, division, even division in food. I am vegetarian, somebody is non-vegetarian, and I tell, the non-vegetarian people tell the vegetarians eat grass, and then vegetarian people tell non-vegetarian people are eating this. All this. Somebody showed me in the Bible, in Genesis, it is written what food God created for human being. I don't want to talk on that more. So much of division. So let us come back to spirituality. The first question is, I am. Then now the question is, who am I? If I am is common in all of us, then who am I? Who I am? I'll give you a simple logic. That which is mine is not me. That which is mine is not me. This is my body. I am not the body. This is my house. I am not the house. This is my car. I am not the car. This is my wife. I am not the wife. So that which is mine is not me. So my hand, my eyes, my nose, my mind, so then who am I? In this creation, we the human beings, we are intelligent, but unfortunately, we do not go to the original question, who am I? Spirituality teaches, who am I? And remembering this, who am I, to live from breath to breath, moment to moment. Remembering this, who am I, to speak, to look, to smile, to work, to act. Remembering this, who am I, to love, to rejoice, to act and interact, not to react. I am to interact with you. We all are to be active. We should act, but we should not react. Weak people react. Healthy people act. Weak people become victim of anger, ego, jealousy, frustration, unhappiness, and so on. Healthy people, they live with joy, peace, happiness, and love. We want to be healthy in body. We want to be healthy in mind. We want to be healthy in our life, not only my personal life, in our family life, life of friendship, social life, religious life, national life, and you can expand it to the universal life, healthy. We want to be healthy. If spirituality is the path of expansion from I to cosmic I, from I to universal I, this is the path of expansion. Somebody said in a very humble way, the Kauravas and the Pandavas in the Mahabharata. Mahabharata is one of the greatest literature in people of India. They believe it is a history book. They tell it is history, whatever. Kauravas, Pandavas, they are cousins. They are from same family. One Pandavas 5, Kauravas 100. The 5 are very humble, God conscious, caring. Kauravas are egotistical, proud, the modern way of eat, drink, and be merry, exploit, and so on. Somebody said, what is the simple difference between Kauravas and Pandavas? The Kauravas first they thought of themselves. I should eat. If there is something is left, I can give to others. If there is, then to think of. So first I, then others, then think of God. The Pandavas, they were just the reverse. First God, then everybody, last I. This is what spirituality is, bringing God into life. But remember, it is not your God and my God. It is one God. Somebody said, where is God? There is a story. The story is one king was asking the question, where is God? What does he do? Which direction he faces? So all these questions to him, and people were talking philosophy. He was not convinced. So he was not happy. He announced, anybody who can come and really convince me. There was a cowherd boy. He heard, and he said, I can answer the king. So the news came to the king, and king said, call him. The cowherd boy said, I will not go by calling. I should go with proper request. So the king invited. So when he said, the cowherd boy said, you want to learn? He said, yes. I am to teach. He said, yes. Then where the teacher should sit? So the king said, yes. He said, you sit on the throne. Then where you will sit? He said, I sit at your feet. Now, this cowherd boy sat on the throne. The king sat on the floor. He said, bring a lamp. So a burning candle was brought. Now the candle is burning. Then he said, ask me the question. He said, where is God? He asked, where is light? He said, light is everywhere because the candle is burning, light is everywhere. He said, God is everywhere. Just a light is everywhere, God is everywhere. Which direction God is facing? Do you know? The Hindus will face which direction? To east. Facing east. And the Muslims? West. So do you know what happened? There is one Hindu and one Muslim. They are praying like this. One is facing that direction, one is facing this direction. They're praying. So they started walking in the direction of east. The others started walking in the direction of on this earth. Do you know what happened to them one day? They faced each other. Because it is round. If you walk like this, then you will face like this. So now this cowherd boy is telling, O king, tell me which direction the candle is facing. The flame is there. Tell which direction. God is facing everywhere. Where is no face of God? Where is no eye of God? Then he said, what does God do? He said, very simple thing. God is making me to sit on the throne and making you to sit on the floor. So God makes everything, making impossible a possible and possible impossible. So we are human beings. We are God in human beings. We are having immense potentiality. My Gurudev used to say, we all have God-like potentiality of love, kindness, and compassion. Again, I'm repeating. We all have God-like potentiality of love, kindness, and compassion. We don't have God-like potentiality to create anything. But we have God-like potentiality of love, kindness, and compassion. But what is happening to us? Why we cannot have that much of love, that much of compassion, that much of kindness? It is all because of our conditioned mind, conditioned life. There was a beautiful scholar on scriptures. He was visiting Rishikesh. It is not a story, it is a real incident. He was in Shivananda ashram. So at that time, Swami Shivananda of Divine Life Society was in body. So he invited him to give a talk on Vedanta. So he gave Vedanta. Teen kaal mein jagat nahi hai. This world is illusion. In 3 periods of time, there is no world. Only Brahman is reality. She gave a very beautiful intellectual talk. So then food was to be served to the scholar. So when the food was served, sambar was there, lentil soup. And when the sadhu or the scholar started taking food, he found there is no salt in this lentil soup, sambar. He said, Can you bring some salt? Asking a brahmachari who was serving. Then Swami Shivanandaji made a humorous remark. तीन काल में जगत नहीं है, संबर में नमक नहीं है. In 3 periods of time, there is no creation. It is all illusion. And in food, there is no salt, but your tongue is reacting. Our tongue is conditioned. Our mind is conditioned. Our outlook is conditioned. Our life is conditioned. I remember when my Gurudev asked me once, he said, Baba, you are a vegetarian and you are a pure vegetarian. Pure vegetarian means you understand. So if somebody is eating non-vegetarian food next to you, will you mind it? I was young. I smiled, I said, no. His food is his food, my food is my food. Why should I? If he's eating with spoon and fork, suppose some food from his plate fell on your plate. I said, I took for a moment, then I said, I'll just take it and I'll eat. Then he said, if it is beef, he went to, if it is beef, I'm not going to answer so much. Thing is, our mind is conditioned, life is conditioned, and that is the division. Mind is the cause of all troubles. Mind is the door to freedom. As I told you, spirit, the spirit is God, or body, in the body soul. Spirit is breath, and spirit is mind. Spirituality helps us to take care of our mind, breath to breath, moment to moment, in our daily life, turning our mind towards God, towards God's creation. Remember, God and God's creation is one. God and God's creation is one. There is no distinction. I recently, while reading the Bible, and because of this forgiveness, at one place it is written, if anybody tells that I love God, but I dislike my brother, is a liar. If somebody is telling, I love God, I dislike someone, is a liar. Then it is written, one who tells, I love God, God is unseen, you have not seen. How can you tell that I cannot love brother whom you have seen? The meaning is, we all are the visible presence of God. This is what practical spirituality is. Everything is visible presence of God. Flower, visible presence of God. You will tell thorn, visible presence of God. Poison, visible presence of God. Nectar, visible presence of God. Snake, visible presence of God. Tiger, visible presence of God. Snake from a distance. Tiger, do you know, it happened quite a few years ago, not too long, because maybe 25, 30 years ago, less than 30 years. One winter morning, it must be Christmas or New Year morning, in Kolkata, one young man, he must be intoxicated. He bought few flower garlands and he managed to enter the cage of the tiger in the zoo. And in the zoo, the tiger, after its lunch or breakfast, whatever, was enjoying sun. He went and gave the flower garland to the tiger, and tiger made the head like this, flower garland, it went away. This man became upset. So he wanted to give a blow to the tiger. In the beginning, tiger did not care. You know, human blow, for tiger it is nothing. And when he started again and again, you know, What is the ultimate result, you know? I'll tell another story of tiger. It is not a story. This thing, it happened in Kolkata. And which I am telling, this happened during my school days in Odisha. One forest officer, while going in his jeep in a reserve forest, which was reserved for tigers, he found one young cub. He brought that cub to his residence. It was in that area, in the forest area he was living. So that cub grew up in his home. It became a news story everywhere. There was movie on the tiger. The tiger's name was Khoiri. It was a vegetarian tiger. It was very friendly. So many, however, spirituality is to clean the mind through breath, to expand one's consciousness, one's love from little I to the biggest I. Expansion is life, my dear ones. Contraction is death. Union is life. Division is death. Amity is life. Love is life. Hatred is death. Smile is life. Anger, sadness is death. Health is life. Disease is death. So spirituality transcends rituals. Spirituality transcends all dogmatism. Spirituality transcends all little limitations what we have created, whether in the name of gender, caste, nationality, language, anything, even religion. Spirituality takes us to the highest state of life and consciousness. Now, how to do it? Again, I bring you to the word spirit, which is breath. Which is breath. Through every breath, I will remember I am that. I am, तन की तंबुरा में से श्वास की तार बोले. This body is the string instrument. The breath is the music. What it is? It is the Hindi bhajan. तन की तंबुरा में से श्वास की तार बोले. Joy Sita Ram Ram, Joy Radhe Shyam Shyam. You can tell Joy Jesus, Joy Moses, Joy Muhammad, Joy Buddha, Joy anything. This breath is reminding us, Soham Ham Sa. Soham means I am that I am. I am he is me. Every breath. Spirituality, I'll take you the word from spirit. Spirituality is the higher state of intoxication, which these ordinary intoxicants cannot create that. I'll tell you one incident of Thakur Sri Ramakrishna. He had a visitor, and later on he became his follower, a character. He was the owner of the prominent Star Theatre in Kolkata. He himself was an actor, director, playwright, lyricist, musician, whatnot. He was really a creative person. On the other hand, all other vices, alcohol, women, and so on, everything. And Thakur Ramakrishna told once to him, why do you come to me? You don't follow me? He said, I love you, that's all. One day Thakur Ramakrishna said, do you know, I have some intoxication. I take that. which were foreign liquor, in India there are traditional country, and it cannot create that intoxication. It was Thakur Ramakrishna. I will tell you the modern times. In last century, towards the end of last century, there was a holy man in India. His name is Nim Karori Baba. And a Harvard professor, he met him, and he met him with drug. He said, you are taking drug, stop it from today. Whatever drug you have, give me. He took everything. And the amount of he took, and this man was really troubled because it is really harmful. Nothing happened to him. And from that day, this man got completely changed. We have to be intoxicated. What type of intoxication? Intoxicated in pure love. And that pure love is possible, and which Paramahansa Yogananda said, wine of the mystic. Wine of the mystic. It is possible through right understanding, remembering God. As I told you, from breath to breath, remembering God in others' presence and living a constantly conscious life, word to word, look to look. Suppose the wife is talking with the husband is talking with the wife. How should they talk? How much to talk? I remember one incident. I was flying in Australia from Brisbane to Sydney. One old lady, she was returning to her home after visiting her daughter and grandchildren. She was next to. So when you see this dress, this beard, sometimes people think. So I smiled at her. Normally I do. If people are next to, I greet. I speak, good morning, good evening, how are you? So do you know what happened to her? She felt something. So she started talking. She spoke her autobiography. She narrated the entire period of flight. The gist is how they were married and they were fighting. Then they got separated. And after a few years, she was visiting Italy, and she entered a restaurant. In the restaurant, he found her ex-husband. So during this period of separation, both have got some change. Each one thinking, because we are human beings, if we'll be a little bit rational, we'll know that this is my mistake. If one person cannot know one's own mistake, it's not really human being. Real human being is aware, oh, I did this mistake. Suppose a student, if a student is a good student, might commit mistake and he gets rectified. What happened to this old mother, she was telling, they started talking, then they got married again. They lived the whole life, never quarreled. They lived a life of really love, enjoyed their lives. He was no more. She's living alone. The grandchildren, daughter in another city, but she's living with that memory. Memory with, how we quarreled, how we loved again. What happens in human life? Spirituality gives the right understanding, not to find fault, but to find goodness in others. I'll conclude my discussion with a little story. One sculptor who was famous in sculpting, he went to a store to buy stone. In the store, when he was looking at stones, he found one stone. He said, how much this stone costs? He said, you want to take it? He said, yes. He said, you take it, it is free. He said, why? He said, this stone is lying there for ages, nobody's buying. He took that stone, he sculpted a beautiful angel, or say Lord Krishna, or say Lord Rama, a beautiful angel. And he wanted to bring, because he really enjoyed this and wanted to give this as a gift to the stone seller. When he came and he said, "This is for you," he said, "It must be very expensive." He said, "Do you remember you gave me a stone free?" He said, "Yes, it is from that stone." He said, "That stone?" He said, "Yes, that stone. From that stone which nobody was buying, you created such. I have no money to buy your." He said, "No, it is a gift for you." This is a story. Stories, we all are like that stone. We are sculptor for ourselves. We are to make our life like angel. That sculptor told, "When I saw the stone, I did not see the stone, I saw the angel in it." We have to remember, I am not ordinary. I am God's child. God's presence is me. But it should not give ego. Real love brings humility. Real love brings sobriety. Real love brings, egolessness. So we should be like that in our thinking, in our speaking, in our looking, in our communicating, in our daily life. We can practice it. Even while cooking, I'm cooking for God. It is not for my husband or guests I have invited. God in them. I'm not talking to my children. Living presence of God. To proper understanding we get through spiritual life. So I hope this is enough this evening. I'm so happy to come to this beautiful city, Calgary. Gurudev came to Edmonton. He came a couple of times. He came to Vancouver. I don't know anywhere he went, but this much I know. So he remembered cold in Canada. Gurudev, one couple came to Gurudev and asked, "Will Baba like to go to Alaska?" It was in 1996, October. So Gurudev said, yes, I will go, and taking my name, we both will go. The couple getting excited came to me and asked me that Baba has told to come to Alaska. I said, "Baba will go to Alaska?" He said, "Yes." So I went to Gurudev's room. I said, before I tell anything, Gurudev said, "Keep their address and telephone number, we'll go to Alaska." I said, "Baba, it is very cold." "Is it colder than Canada?" I said, "Baba, Alaska is in Siberia." He said, "Siberia?" I said, "Closer to Siberia." He said, "Must be very, very cold." I said, "Very, very cold." He said, "I will not go." So it's happy to come here to, at least I could not go to Edmonton, but I saw people from there, and at the same time to at least the same state. Same province. Same province. What is the name of the province? Alberta. So at least in the same province. But Edmonton is not far, 3 hours. 300 kilometers. 4 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours. So question answer. If there are few questions,